Hi friends, so here is another exercise problem for you. So the exercise says that write a C program to find the factorial of the non-negative integers. So in this tutorial we are going to write a C program which will find the factorial of the non-negative integer. Why we have talked the non-negative integer here? Because the factorial only exists for non-negative integer. That means positive integers including 0. So let's start our video on the factorial part. So let's start the video and stay tuned. Let's understand first that what is factorial. If you don't know that what is factorial, then you can stay here or else you can skip this part. Now say that someone says that what is factorial, okay, or find me the factorial of n. So what you need to do in order to find the factorial of n, you need to compute this product, okay. So what is the product? Says you need to find the product of n is to n minus 1 is to n minus 2 is to n minus 3 dot 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 up to 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So you need to find this long product in order to find the factorial of n, okay. So this is the formula to find the factorial of n, so keep in mind it will be useful in the latter part of the video. Now let's say after understanding the formula for the say factorial, finding the factorial of n, now let's move on to the example part. So suppose you want to find the factorial of n equals to 5, then you can apply the formula easily. So as the formula says, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 dot up to 1. So here is the same formula I have applied and I got the answer as 120. So the factorial of 5 will be 120. Now one thing to note here is that factorial of 0 is 1. So you can take it as a rule or say axiom or anything. So you should keep in mind that factorial of 0 is always 1. Okay? Don't confuse it with 0. Okay. Now so as we have talked that what is the basic thing that you need to keep in mind in order to solve the this problem is to see that what is the pattern of the product. So you can see that the each number differ by 1, okay. So that means we need such kind of iteration which differ by 1, okay. So you need to change this whole product into a C language. So we'll see in the Visual Studio ID that how to do that. So let's have an idea on the same thing by saying the pseudocode to find the factorial. So pseudocode here, that means code without syntax, the code which is written for only understanding without syntax, okay. So what we are using is that in this problem we are going to use the for loop, and it will start with I equals to 1 and it will stop at I equals to n. So you need to understand the condition and increment part also, that why we are using the for loop and why we are using this condition only. So I will hand over this problem to you, that you should just think that why I have written the condition 1 less than or equals to n, okay. Now in the next line what I have done is that I have say I have a variable initialized in the starting of the code name fact. Now I want to find the fact equals to fact dot I. So what I am doing here is that I am updating the value of the fact after every iteration of the for loop, okay. That means suppose the initial value of I was 1, then fact will be 1, then it will increment by 2, okay, then the value of fact will be 2 and so on, it will go up to n. Then if you at last if you print the value of the fact, then what you will get? You will get the factorial of the n, okay. So this is the pseudocode. Now let's move on to the IDE to write the code to find the factorial, and in the IDE I'm going to explain the code more deep. So welcome to the Visual Studio IDE. Now we are going to start writing the C code to find factorial of the non-negative integer n, okay. So this is the basic code snippet that I have written till now. So till now I have declared a variable whose name is n, and I have initialized the variable with 0, and after that I have printed the terminal message for the user that, oh look, I am waiting for you to enter the number of n, okay. Now after that, if the user will enter the number n, then I will store it by using this kind of function. Now what I am going to do, I am going to start the main program, okay, main program to find the factorial, okay. So as we have discussed in the PPT session, that to find the factorial of any number n, we can solve this problem by using the say for loop. So here is the for loop. I have declared one variable name which is local to the for loop only. That means this is local variable, not a global variable. Okay, if you will fetch the data of I outside the for loop, then you are not going to get any output. Okay, that means I is local variable. Okay, so now write the condition here. So the condition will be I should be less or equal to n, and then what will be increment by I plus plus. Okay, so I hope that you have understood this first statement. So please note that the condition will not be from 0 to n, but it should be 1 to n, because we have not talked about multiplying with 0 in finding the factorial of n. Okay, now I'm going to use another variable, fact equals to fact star what star I. Okay, star means multiply. Okay, so here I have used a variable named fact. So let's first declare a variable, and make sure that you initialize it with not 0. You should initialize it with 1. I am doing is that if you will initialize it with 0, then the first iteration will become what? In the first iteration, the value of I is 1, and the fact value will be 0. So if you will do 0 into 1, then the value will become 0. But I don't want the value to become 0. Okay, because if the value of fact will become 0 at the initial stage only, then in the latter iterations also it's automatically value will become 0. That means the overall factorial of n will come out to be 0, which is totally wrong. Okay, so that's why I have initialized it with 1, not with 0. I hope you have understood it. Now let's now what I need to do, now I'm going to just print the value that I have got. So the factorial, okay, factorial of n is what? Percentage d. Okay, percentage d, and backslash n, which is the unknown. I need to print the value of fact, because the factorial is stored in the fact only, and then return 0. So this is the simple code to find the factorial of n. Now let's understand the code and write the output of the fact after each iteration. Okay, so at the first iteration, the value of I is 1 and the fact is 1. So 1 is to 1 will give value of fact as 1. Okay, now after the second iteration, the value of I will be incremented by 1. Hence the value of I will become 2. Now I will come to the line number 16, saying that, oh look, I am going to again update the value of fact as fact is 2i. So what was the last value of fact that I have stored? So it was 1. Okay, it was 1. Okay, now the value of I is 2. So 1 is to 2 is 2. Again, if you will do the same, then you will get the values 2 is to 3, that means 6. Again, if you will do, you will get as value as become 24, and so on, 120, then 720. Okay, and it will go so on, and this will stop depending on the value of n. Okay, so what is the value of n that you have entered? Okay, so suppose the value of n is 5, then you will get only you will be able to iterate only up to 120. Okay, that means the last value stored in the variable fact will be 120, and that will be the answer for the factorial of 5. So this is how the code runs. Now let's compile the code and make sure that we have written correctly. So I'm going to write gcc d8.c here. Okay, it has compiled successfully. Now just run the code. Okay, just wait for the terminal message. So here is the terminal message. If you want to find the factorial of 5, say 5, then you will get as output as 120, which is correct. If you want to get the factorial of 6, you will get 720, and if you will want to get the factorial of 10, you will get as 3628800, and if you will want to get the factorial of 9, then again you will get 3628880. So this was the basic algorithm to find the factorial of number n. I hope you have understood it completely. So please like the video, subscribe the channel, and that's it for this video. Thank you and Jai Hind.